I want us to look in the area of manifesting God, being the God or being the letter in our world, being the epistle, being the Jesus that people see. Not everyone will see Jesus like maybe we do. I pray for that for everyone, but not many people are there. But before people get there, right now, you have become like an epistle for many that when they see you, they can experience Jesus. How I want us to look at how can we help more people to truly live out their lives to be epistles, to be letter, to be the Jesus that people may will have to see. What would you say if you want to right now, somebody sitting right now in front of you, and you want to spur them, you want to encourage them to be that thing that God has created them to be? Go ahead, take some time and minister to the people, to the world right now. Take somebody from point zero to point 10.
Very easy. Yeah. Well, I think it's all about, him. Like I said, like intimacy. That's what you need to create fruitfulness. If you don't have intimacy with Jesus, you cannot be fruitful in this world because we are the branches, he is the vine, and if we don't have him, if you're not connected to him, you cannot do anything. Nothing at all. So first of all, you need to just seek him and develop a relationship with Jesus himself, where you can actually hear his voice and be led by his spirit and fill yourself with his presence. And then that fruitfulness will just flow out of that place.
Let's take it bit by bit. I, now you said to seek him, to develop a relationship. I want us to bring it down. Somehow I feel like people hear this, but I don't think people understand. Sometimes I used to say, Lord, do I need like a hammer or a screwdriver to get the word in? Tell somebody to seek the Lord. They're like, what does that really mean? How do you
Yeah.
seek the Lord? How do you develop a relationship with the Lord that you don't see? People who even have problems with their parents and friends, how much more a God they don't see? Can we take, are there some physical steps that you can just indulge us for a moment? Somebody is listening and wondering, how do I do it?
Yeah, that's so true. I remember I was wondering the same when I was a teenager, and people said, you have to seek Jesus. And I'm like, seek Jesus? How do I do that? So I can understand if you're feeling like that. And because it's not practical, like concrete, like how do I do it step by step? So I can understand that. But I think also after years, it's not so easy to explain. but but it is actually about your heart. Seeking him is about your heart. It's not like specific things like do this and this and this and this and then you will have the result. It's more like it's about your heart, because you can do all these kind of things, but if you don't have your heart is not in it, it will not matter. You can sit down and read the Bible 10 chapters each day, and if you want, but if your heart is not in it, if you're not actually longing to have a relationship with him, and you're actually not saying anything in your heart that God, I want you more than anything, then there's no point.
Yeah.
So I think step number one is your heart. Yeah, you want to say something, Joseph?
Yes, I'm thinking the heart and the motive.
Yes,
Why do you want to seek his
exactly.
face? Because I think the motive will destroy every other reasons you put, because that's the first basis. Why
Yes.
are you wanting to seek the Lord? Because you want to, people in our context, a lot of people talk about veckelsens möte, vi ska få veckelsens möte, we're going for a revival meeting, we're going for this meeting. And I'm thinking, and we have been in this revival meeting like forever. And what are you doing? What is the purpose? Why did you go for the revival meeting? Was it to feel good? Was it still
Mm-hmm.
about us? What is the purpose? So I believe that your heart and motive, why, we need to get the why right before
Exactly.
anything comes in. Elin, go ahead, please.
Yeah, that's what I think that's the most important thing, because if you see two people and they're doing exactly the same, maybe they are reading, like, they start their morning prayer 1 hour, they read like 2, 3 chapters a day, they spend time with Jesus, they do all these kinds of stuff. But the one person is actually like moving forward with God and actually growing with God and getting more and more filled. And the other person is actually not going anywhere. And why?
Frustrated.
yeah, the reason is because their heart's motive, why are you doing it? The one person can do stuff and like their heart is constantly screaming to God, like, God, I want to be like you. I want you to manifest in me. I want to be with you, God. I love you. You are my passion. You are the one that I aim for, to be like you. And the other person's aim is just to, you know, I've done this. Now I have read the Bible. Now I have done my Christian activities. Now I can go on with my day, and they don't have a desire. They don't have a longing for actually to grow for God and to be like him and to actually see him manifested and be used by him in that way, and be his friend. And if you don't have that inside of you, you will not grow. You will not go anywhere. So it's all about your heart. And you cannot, you don't have to even pray pray is talking to Jesus. So you should do that. But I mean, like, when we talk pray, I mean, like, I'm praying for all my family, my country, I mean, like, that's not what it's about. It's not like when you have done so much, then God's gonna come to you and do this and this and this. It's not about you. It's not about what you can do for God. It's about your heart. Everything that he's doing for you is not because you are so great and you are so deservable. You deserve this. Or now you have done so much for me and now I'm going to bless you with this. It's all about your heart. You don't have to do anything and God can bless. Like, I was sick. I didn't do anything. And before that, I was not nothing. I was actually nothing. I didn't do anything great at all, really. But Jesus came to me because my heart was crying for it. That was the only reason he came to me. That was because my heart constantly cried, Jesus, I'm dying here if you don't come to me. It was not about me at all. I didn't actually read the Bible at all. Actually, I found it so hard. I didn't do anything that was correct in the Christian's eyes, like that. Of course, I lived a holy life and I was not like doing anything bad or anything, but I was not really doing that much.
I mean, you are not much in church. You didn't have the passion there was no strength for anything. It was just
No.
your heart that was crying to the Lord.
Yes. That's all. And he heard my heart's cry, and that's what he's looking for. Just some people anyway, that just have a heart that like hunger for him. And if you have that heart, he will meet you anywhere, to anyone, and he can do anything through anyone.
Doesn't that bring up the story of the woman that was caught in adultery? Everybody was trying to stone her. And what will make the Lord say, go, but don't do it again? Could there be that something in her heart? Could there be there's a motive that the Lord only saw that nobody else saw? Yes, we think maybe because it was injustice against her, they brought her, they didn't bring the man. But I think there is more. We have a God that looks at the heart. He looks like at the inward intent. God looks at why more than the what. And we as human beings, we look at what you did, not why. So if our hearts, and this is what we are saying to everyone listening to us tonight, one way that we are going to live with you tonight, and there's going to be more, but I think one of the basic foundation is fixing your heart. And if you've been in our church for some time, you know you have heard this from me many times. Whatever you do, make sure your heart is right with the Lord. Fix your heart, your motive. Why are you doing it? Or why are you refusing? Some people, you ask them to do something in the house of the Lord, they say no, they run away. You should ask yourself that question. Why am I refusing to want to serve? Same as those who want to serve. Why do you want to serve? Why do you want to love the Lord? Why do you, a girl will come and you tell a girl, oh, I love you. Why? It sounds strange, but our motives has to be right. I guess this is all we're saying tonight.